Alright, what's up everybody? This is Rob Shack. So today we're doing the next video in my Dynasty Warriors 6, monitoring all the clones and what their subtle differences are between them. We've done the sword, which was like Wang Zhong and Xiahou Yuan, Zhou Tai. We did the spear, which was like Ma Chao. Um, who else was there? Zhou Tai. Nope, not Zhou Tai. Well, who are the spears? Hold on, I'm trying to remember. Zheng He, yeah, Zheng He was one of them. And Sun Tzu and Tai Chi Si also had a spear. We've also done the like quick sword that Sun Xuan holds, Yuan Shao holds, and Cao Pi holds. And so now, obviously, as you can tell, I'm scrolling quickly through them, we're going to do the clubs today. So that's going to be Dong Zhuo, Xu Zhu, Wang Gai, and Wei Yan. They all are wielding this weird club that, I mean, they're all different with them, but they all are holding this club. And we're going to go through, and what we would have come to realize with these games is that they, in knowing that they were going to make everybody mad because they had clone weapons on characters who did not have clones in the game before, they tried to do just a little bit to make them all different. Again, it's not super interesting, but it's interesting to me. There's just, they do some stuff that's very fascinating to me with that. I think it's interesting that they were very much aware that they needed to do some more to make these weapons a little bit different, because I literally give each one of these characters custom models for each one, and they do little things where sometimes you'll shoot a beam of energy, sometimes you do an AoE attack. Like, they just change them very slightly. It's really weird that they were like, yeah, we know this is gonna be a problem, but we don't have time. Then what's really funny is that on I've kind of mentioned this every single time, with Dynasty Warriors 6 Special, the PS2 port of this game, they decloned like 6 of these weapons. So that's really strange that they were like, for the good console, like the up to gen console, we can't change it. So we're just gonna make the clone weapons be a thing in the better game, which is really weird. So let's see, he's got some ground pounds. He's just ground pounding a ton. He has this club move set is pretty bad in my opinion, because it's just a lot of forward attacks or like downward thrusts, which is really not very good. I personally am not a fan of the club move set. I've been putting this one off because I did not want to do it. But it's probably good to check it out. It's just because it's very slow and very limited in its move set. You can't really do anything. Let's go ahead and get rid of just gunning. So let's see. He has a little spin. Okay, he just launches people, but I don't think anything happened there. So I just got Musoed by Wang Zhong, which is pretty funny. Dong Zhuo's moveset is, again, the club moveset is not very good, so it's gonna take a long time for me to probably get to my infinite. Yue Ying is just freaking out right now. I don't know what the heck's wrong with her. She's just standing there. But so let's see if we can not die here. We're not gonna die, but it's more of the stalling to get the Renbu done, which is what I'm trying to like get through quickly, so I can see any deviations here. So he's just ground pounding a bunch. Is that literally all he does? Is just ground pounds? That might be everybody. We're gonna see. Let's see, what is it? Spinny thing at the end. Yeah, he just swings the spear, the club. Nothing really happens. So let's see if. I'm just going to keep working on it. Again, the longer the Renbu is, the easier it'll be to actually get my infinite Renbu, which is why I'm trying to keep the little chain alive here. But one of the things I don't like about Renbu is that it's reliant on enemies being around you, which is not very good. So that's why I'm not a fan of it, because see, look, chain over, maybe. Okay, we got one in there. It's pretty good. But like, yeah, nobody's around me, so it's like you just risk it. You risk not having anything to continue your Renbu chain for. But anyway, so yeah, he just slams the ground a million times. That's basically all that's happening here. That's cool. Let's see what happens with this one. He just does a swing with it. No AoE-ness to it. So Dong Zhuo seems to be very, very plain. Like, maybe he's the completely like unaltered version of this moveset, which is fine. There's usually one that is the like person who is just completely normal in their moveset. But let's see if there's anything else going on here when we get to the end. So he just spins. Hey, that's the Muso. That's Dong Zhuo's Muso from Dynasty Warriors 9. Okay, well, I just realized that they reused that. That's pretty funny. I noticed that since the new gens, they've been reusing a lot of movesets. I didn't realize that they literally reused Dongjua's spin attack from Dynasty Warriors 6, which is like forever before Dynasty Warriors 9. But this is the same exact animation. It's just he's holding the flail in Dynasty Warriors 9. That's pretty pathetic. Okay. Well, that's Dongjua. Um, Sorry to rail on Dynasty Warriors 9 again. I love railing on Dynasty Warriors 9 now. I used to be a believer that 9 was good, and then I saw the light, and I know that it is not good. But anyway, so Dongjua doesn't really seem to have anything different about his. There's no AoEs, there's no explosions. I mean, apart from the normal ground pounds, there's nothing really new. So we'll see if anyone else has something different. I'm pretty sure somebody's club moveset is a little bit different. I can't remember whose. I can already tell that Wei Yan's has a different pound animation. It looks like there's almost a wind elemental thing with that. That's kind of interesting. Dongjua's was more of a just straight like fiery explosion. So intrigued by that. Is that gonna like change something up here? Don't know. But trying to hit this dude. Okay, there we go. Keep the chain alive. That's the goal. You know, obviously, it's not easy to keep the chain alive with this moveset. But yeah, so that's interesting so far. There's a little bit of a difference. I'm very glad I just got my Rimbu too, because they hit me and would have knocked actually they technically did not break my chain. I don't know how that didn't break my chain because I got knocked over, but whatever. I ain't complaining. But yeah, this is just very I mean, I love that they redid the movesets and they redesigned the characters, and the weapons are all unique too. And it looks like Wei Yan's almost looks like it's a cannon because it's like got this like void on the back of it. And he's a lot skinnier than Dongjua, so I don't think there's any difference in moveset in terms of speed. I think it just looks like he's faster because, yeah, see, he does shoot a wind tornado. Interesting. So he's got like a wind elemental, which is kind of cool. So automatically there, we're getting something different, which is nice. I like when there's just a little something. I mean, again, Koei knew that there was a problem with the lack of moveset originality, so they were trying to do something to make it a little bit better. But I mean, again, it's pretty pathetic to just change like one thing a little bit. It's not great, but who knows? So, but it is cool that he shoots a tornado. Let's see if there's a... Okay, yeah, he shoots a tornado on his elemental too. So very, very wind oriented here. Kind of cool. So at least Wei Yan has something going for him in this game compared to Dongjuo. But I mean, again, Dongjuo is only available on like certain levels, so it's not like crazy that he doesn't have one. I mean, Wei Yan is at least on like the Battle of Wuzheng Plain, so it's probably important that they gave him something to make him a little bit of a deviation. But do our little wind tornado on these two. Let's do another wind tornado there, and then let's just knock them both down. I do like that in this game the ground pounds actually hit people while they're on the ground. I've always kind of wondered that. They like definitely, it took them a few years to realize like we probably should be doing something with that. So let's see, anything, just get stabbed by one dude over and over and over again. Okay. Yeah, he's definitely just got a really big explosion of wind at the end. Oh, he was just running away from me. But yeah, he's just shooting, it's like wind ground pounds. And he's got the roll from Shuju. They literally just took that from other characters. It's really weird when they do that. Don't like it, but it's fine. But yeah, so he's cooler. Definitely way cooler than Dongjuo. He actually has stuff that happens with his moveset. His AoE does hit stuff behind him too, so it's a full-on 360 AoE. I was kind of curious if it was going to be forward-facing, but it does hit everything. So Wei Yan is way, way, way better than Dongjuo. So we'll have to compare Wei Yan to everybody else now. So we'll move on. But yeah, Wei Yan, cool. I mean, again, every character in this game looks phenomenal. Like they took the time to redo all the moves or all the designs and the characters. They all look great. It's just weird that then they were like, I just don't know why they didn't put the cool movesets and the extra stages on the game that came out on the PS2. It's so weird. I don't know. I don't know why they did that. Like, I didn't even notice this because I'm so used to Dynasty Warriors 6 special, or Empires, but like what Yue Ying in this game has a bow and arrow. She's using Shun Sheng Zhang's moveset. I was like, wait, what? I had no idea. So I thought that was really funny. I mean, it's like, Oh no, one guy doesn't have a ground pound? Oh boy. So, okay, I thought that Dong Zhuo was bad, but it seems like one guy doesn't even have a ground pound on his two swings. That's really not good. He's literally just like a swing, like it's really bad. Okay, well, maybe it gets better. I'm not gonna rule it out completely yet, but that's interesting. So, okay, he has a really, okay, that's interesting. Okay, so he does have a really, really big explosion on his Muso, but, okay, there's like a fire explosion in front of him. It's kind of not like a ground pound. It looks like there's technically saying he's shooting fire, I guess. Interesting, interesting. Because it's complete blanks for the first two, and then it's an explosion out in front. Okay, so that's, I mean, it's weird. Let's roll out of the way of all that. Now let's try to get away from everybody, because if I get hit, yeah, I lose big chunks of Renbu when I get hit. One of the big problems of this game is that if you get hit, you lose your Renbu for some reason. Okay, so we got those people, and let's just keep working on it here. But I'm probably not going to have anything yet on the AoE attack, but I just tried it there just to see. But yeah, that's pretty rough that he can't. I mean, again, he's just so vulnerable. Like, how good must his Muso is pretty good to be able to do like this. That's a big explosion, but like, he's very vulnerable for like a long time right there. You know, like, it's really vulnerable, and he's got no swing on the AoE. Okay, so that's interesting, I guess. But yeah, so far, I mean, again, this is my least favorite moveset in the game, just because you're so vulnerable a lot of the time while you're doing this moveset. You're just very exposed. It just happens because you're just standing there swinging forward directly, and everybody behind you can hit you, and it's just, I mean, you get one tapped a lot by people with this moveset. Your back is not covered like ever, but. Yeah, so let's just keep working on this guy. Let's get Zhou Yu. And then the big explosion to make him vulnerable. And then let's finish Sun Jian. Okay, cool. But, yeah, so let's see if there's anything good with this. It's dud. Two duds, two explosions, and then a big explosion at the end. But again, like, I'm pretty sure Dong Zhuo had all explosions. They just got bigger and bigger. It looks really bad. I mean, there might be not much of a difference. Wait, did that have an explosion? Okay, so he has a ring. Okay, that makes him a little bit better. Okay, he's a little bit more viable than I thought. Because Dong Zhuo's charge, AoE charge, didn't do anything good. So at least he has this attack to just spam. But again, you're just walking around doing this, and Musoing is not very good. So, because I mean, again, look at that. I'm literally like right next to Zhang Fei, missed him twice. So, but I would say that one guy might be. I mean, this is what they were going for. They made it where it's kind of comparable, but not really. One guy is clearly all AoE. Dong Zhuo is clearly charge, and then Wei Yan was kind of both. So Wei Yan is still way better. It's kind of hard to tell the difference for who would be better between one guy and Dong Zhuo as a challenge. I don't actually know, because of the fact that, yeah, see, the enemies can roll out of your AoE charge. So that's not easy. Not easy. But his Muso is really, really, I mean, that range on that is ridiculous. So your bet is as good as mine. The jury is out on that. I have no idea if I would say one guy is better than Dong Zhuo, but Wei Yan so far is clearly better than both of them. But now we'll see about Xu Zhu. I don't know how they're going to differentiate Xu Zhu from any of the other people. So we'll see. It might be we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I never really know anymore with this. Because again, they were clearly going with certain ideas, but it is pretty funny that they totally, like, I mean, it's so interesting. They really redid all the movesets, all the designs, all the characters, voice acting, all this stuff, and they just didn't do the one thing that makes people want to replay the game with everybody, is like certain characters just don't have unique movesets. And again, like, if they're not giving you a story with that character, I can get behind it, but then it's just like, well, then why'd you do that? Like, it's It's really strange. Like they went the Samurai Warriors 1 route, but like way later. Like in my opinion, they put way too many characters in Samurai Warriors, and instead they should just keep Samurai Warriors like an intimate like 20 character game, and have Dynasty Warriors be like the game with 90 people in it. But then they were like, let's make Dynasty Warriors 6. Let's take away a bunch of characters from Dynasty Warriors 6, and then add a million characters to Dynasty Warriors, not Samurai Warriors. So like, it's just Koei had some interesting choices back in the day, and they're kind of still dealing with a lot of those to this day. Like Dynasty Warriors 9 is clearly like them trying again, and it did not go well. So he just does ground pounds. They're not explosions like Dong Zhuo's. They're just straight ground pounds. It's cool. Let's see what his final flourish is. Absolutely nothing. Okay, so he's not very good either. I definitely think that Wei Yan was the best. But let's see. Oh, okay, he has the ring. Okay, so he is literally just a little bit better than one guy. So I think I would put... No, I'll have to think about this now, because already I can tell that Shuju has a little bit more going for him than Dong Zhuo. And since Dong Zhuo, in my mind, is very similar to one guy, then I'm like, maybe Shuju is actually slightly better because he has the ring on the AoE attack, and he has double ground. He has ground pounds constantly. Yeah, I think Shuju and Wei Yan are clearly better. I don't know which one would be better of the two of them. And then I think it's between one guy and Dong Zhuo are very close, and they're not as good. So if you're going to play through the game, this is why I do this. If you're going to play through the game free mode version of one of these characters, I've been doing that with each of the movesets just to kind of... Because the movesets aren't bad, but they're just... It's funny when they're all simple like this. I would pick either Shuju or Wei Yan. I think I would slightly lean Wei Yan, but Shuju is good too. Shuju's final swing doesn't cause a tornado or anything like Wei Yan's does, but it looks like Shuju's AoE pounds are a little bit bigger, but Wei Yan's do have an elemental thing. So I would give it to either Shuju or Wei Yan, honestly. I don't know. They're both really good. And then I do think that one guy and Dong Zhuo are just like are basically two halves of one moveset, in my opinion. They're just... Oh, he double rolls if you... Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, cool. But then I think that one guy and Dong Zhuo are just two pieces of a moveset, in my opinion. That's just what I think. Because at least Shuju has... It just feels like Shuju and Wei Yan have a complete moveset. Although Shuju doesn't have a final flourish at the end of his moveset, which is kind of weird. But it's not the end of the world. So yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure who I would vote for, but I think that's my answer, is that it's... If you're going to single player it with the club moveset, just do Shuju or do Wei Yan. I think I would lean Wei Yan just because I like when they actually custom make a little sort of elemental thing for a certain character. Again, they were probably so close. If this game had another year, this game would have probably been like an absolute masterpiece. But they did not have time, clearly. So, what is his thing? Okay, yeah, he has just the thing where he gets full Muso, or full Renbu. So, I already had it. Sure, I don't flinch anymore, but I'm already not going to flinch. But yeah, so, club moveset, very ground pound focused. The actual moveset itself is pretty bad because there's a lot of just forward slashes and upward slashes and all that stuff. So it's not very good until you get to the end where he starts spinning. Oh, I didn't ever... Oh, he actually... Did he just throw Xiahou Dun away? Like, he just threw that dude away. I don't even know what happened to him. I think he might have died from that. But, what is happening to me? Oh, Xiahou Dun was still alive. Wow, I didn't think he lived that, because I launched him into the stratosphere, which is pretty funny. I'm trying to get just my final flourish here, but look how... See, this is what makes the club moveset not great, is I'm so vulnerable until I do this. Then I'm not vulnerable anymore. But yeah, that's literally the same swing. That's the same animation that Dong Zhuo has for his Muso in Dynasty Warriors 9. That's so bad. Can't believe that they actually like tried to do that. Okay. Anyway, thank y'all for watching. I think we're going to stop it here. Y'all are awesome. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. Next week we'll do something. We'll figure it out. Y'all great. Peace.